iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the Scout Fantasy Show. ScoutFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the Scout Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
Dr. Roto. Get out the insurance cards. Get out the copay. The office? It's open, my friends. All right, we do it every week. Let's take a look at some of the blind bidding results for my various leagues, my main events, and my online championships. I'm in an auction and a dynasty, so I can give you a big variety. One league I was very surprised. DeJuan Harris, we got him at $85. The next highest bid was $67. Nobody else in the league even bid. But there were some smart bids there. Jack Doyle went for $1. Thought that was great. He was second on our list. Ladarius Green went for $2. Thought that was nice. Stephen Gostkowski went for $7. I thought that was great. I feel badly that I didn't get that. When I look at this team, I probably ask myself, why didn't I go for Gostkowski? I guess I had Cairo Santos, who hasn't been bad, but you know what? If I could have Gostkowski, I should have done that. So even Dr. Roto makes mistakes. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. All right, in another league, Eli Rogers here went for $234. That seems to be a little pricey. The next highest bid was $125. Michael Floyd went for $111. The next highest bid was $103. I kind of despise that. I really do. I kind of despise that. Michael Floyd looks like he's not going to get this job anytime soon. J.J. Nelson seems to have really dominated him over the last couple of weeks. I don't know. I don't think that's the way I would have gone there. But what can I tell you on that one? I think I would have saved my money elsewhere. In another league we're looking at, Capri Bibbs went for $262, and the next highest bid was $262. Look at that. That was pretty good. Paul Perkins went for $212 to Chad Schrader. I know I bid $142, so we were the second bid. I guess I should have bid more. I don't want to look back at this and think I would have bid more if Paul Perkins won this job outright. But Chad went and got the player he needed to get. And I think that was a really good idea. He needed the guy. He went to get it. I didn't take that approach. I went and, got like Cameron Otis-Payne for 10 and Robert Turpin for 10. And I should have ponied up and put up $200 here. It was a mistake. And I think I'm going to regret that mistake badly. All right, in another league here, another World Championship. Chris Ivory went for $109. The next highest bid was $101. Jack Doyle went for $68. And the next highest bid was $31. Roger Lewis went for $49. My team got Damian Williams at $44. I kind of like the Damian Williams play. I love Jay Ajayi, I do. But just in case he gets hurt, we're there. Right? If he gets hurt, we got a guy who's legit. So I think that's a very, very sneaky play on our end. Next, another league here, the Cardinals defense went for $67. And this is in the Scout Invitational League here. And this is the one that's the Scout Fantasy Top 100. So these are guys who have to be in the top 100. And they got Arizona Cardinals for $67. We got Ted Ginn for $45. But I think there were just a lot of smart, cheaper plays here. Jalen Richard, $4. Cameron Otis-Payne, $3. Taylor Gabriel, $8. So a lot of people came in and just were, digging for gold. Laquan Treadwell, $2. That was a very clever bidding by guys in that league. I was very impressed with that. Let me give you one more World Championship draft league that I'm in. And here, Zach Ertz went for $224 after we cut him last week. I'm very upset about that. The next highest bid was $89. Robert Woods went for $184. The next bid was $184. So look at that. We got Jalen Richard for $60. I'm okay with that. I don't love it, but we're so desperate for running backs. I mean, really, really desperate for running backs in that league. I'm surprised I'm not even playing him. Why don't I even see him here? I'll have to check that. Wait a second. What's going on here? Yeah, I thought we got him. I don't see him on my team. I'll have to figure that one out. I don't know why he's not listed. I'm looking at my lineup here. Where is he? Where is this guy? Oh, there he is. Oh, he's on bye. What am I talking about? I'm out of my mind. I'm losing it. I'm losing my grip on reality. That's crazy. But Damian Williams went for $30. Ronnie Hillman went for 13. We got Austin Hooper for 10. A lot of Peyton Barber for $1 was smart. I think a lot of people did a couple of smart things in that league. That was good. In the auction, that was funny about Richard. It's funny. With the bye weeks on, I'm still gearing up for this week. Peyton Barber went for $135 in my auction league. The next highest bid was $134. So kudos to Webslinger for nailing that one. D'Angelo Williams went for $58. Ronnie Hillman went for $55. Devontae Parker went for $23. I thought that was good. Not a lot of high bids this week, which I think was the smart play. I don't think there were a lot of great players, which we discussed. In the online championship, these always go for less. DeJuan Harris went for $186. The next highest bid was $133. Jalen Richard went for $30. Not a lot of great players here. Once again, Kenneth Farrow for $3. I like that. Eddie Royal, good job there, Bill. Got him for $1. I thought that was a smart play. And then let's see, I did one more online championship. It's another Beat the Dr. Roto League. TJ Yeldon went for $187. Paul Perkins, I spent $80 on. I got Robert Woods at $80. The next highest bid was $18. So I know we talk about this all the time, but let's articulate it yet again. The differences between the online championship and the main event. There's no way I'm getting Robert Woods for $80 in a main event. Just no way. People are on it. The people are very aggressive. They're very aggressive. They'll pay what they need to pay. And people just are on it more. And here, $80 for Robert Woods? Look, I don't even know, and I'm being absolutely truthful here. Robert Woods, he may be my seventh receiver. Here's my team. Cooks, Beasley, Baldwin, Snead, Shepard, Macklin, Ty Montgomery, Patterson, Woods. I may not even play Woods on a normal week. But I got him so nobody else would get him. I put it down for $80, right? And there's something to that, right? I will bid on guys that I really don't want, but I don't want anybody else to get them for cheap. So I'll throw a bid in there because I think it's the right thing to do. Right? It's the right thing to do whether I love the guy or not. I mean, I like him enough. Sure, it's Robert Woods. I'll take him. Maybe I have an injury. Maybe I need him. Maybe it's a good matchup. I'll use him. But did my team need Robert Woods? No. But I don't want somebody else to get him. I always think about that when I'm doing free agency. I don't want somebody else to get Robert Woods for $1. That's just not good. That's not good for a league, and I'm not going to let that happen. So I'll throw in $80. You want to pay $100? You got him. You don't get it? I'll get him for $80. I'm cool with that. And then finally, in my Dynasty League, I took a shot with Capri Bibbs at $150. Let's just say Devontae Booker's not that good. Let's just say Devontae Booker loses that job. Let's just say I added the starting running back of the Denver Broncos. Who's to say? Who's to say? Not the worst thing. I cut Jeremy Langford for him. And you know what Jeremy Langford was doing for my team? Nada. So I was pretty happy with that play right there. All right, let's take a look at some news. Doug Martin really looks good like he's going to play this week. So I'm in on Doug Martin this week. I expect him to be active. I believe that the Bucs will be very careful with Martin. But at the end of the day, if he can go, they really need him, right? If he can play, they're going to play him. I mean, what are they going to do without him? They don't have Jaquiz Rogers. They don't have Anton Smith. We're talking about Peyton Barber. It's a good hedge. It's a good hedge, but I think Martin plays. James Starks is ramping up. I think he's going to play a little bit. Not a lot. Maybe they'll get him out there. Alan Hearns. I think there's a good chance Alan Hearns doesn't play. He's still in concussion protocol. We'll know more about that on Friday. But the concussion protocol for Spencer Ware is good news. He passed his concussion protocol, so he's good. Right? He'll be out there. Another running back, Carlos Hyde, they're not going to figure out what to do with him until Saturday. Right? They're going to wait till Saturday on Carlos Hyde. So If you have DeJuan Harris, I think that was a good hedge. And even if Hyde plays, how well is he going to do against the Cardinals defense? I would think that DeJuan Harris seems to be the right play. If I'm Chip Kelly, yes, I want to play Carlos Hyde, but really against the Arizona Cardinals, that just doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to me. So I think I don't think he plays. I really don't. Looking at other things, Kenneth Dixon's expected to play tonight. That's a guy out there. Remember, we're going to start seeing a lot more in practice reports today and certainly Friday. That's how we ramp this up, right? That's how we ramp up this week. Who's going to play? Things start emerging. What I think is going to happen today may be totally different than what I think is going to happen on Saturday. That's why I always encourage people, even, Friday night in our show from 10 to 12, right? Then we come back on Saturday, new things come out, new ideas come out. When Jason Braddock and Willie and the beat writers and Sean Childs and Derek Pearson, all those people we talk to, it starts to be refined. And then I find what I've been doing this year. I can't speak for everybody, but what I've been doing this year is I don't set my DFS lineups till Saturday night late. I used to set them on Tuesday, just for an idea, like my first glance, but I changed that. And what I did was wait this year until Saturday night. Because I find by Saturday night, I'm totally processed at this point, and I have a really good idea of what I want to do. I have all the information, and I can pretty much set my lineup very quickly. Boom, 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 boom. I know what I want to do because it becomes very clear to me. So after Mrs. Roto and the kids go to bed, I don't know, it could be midnight, right? And I can just be sitting there for about an hour and a half getting my lineups in. Go out, go to bed, Sunday, come back, do our thing, take a look around 11:30, 12 o'clock, make sure my guys are still in, boom. But by Saturday night, I have a great deal of information and I don't have to change things. I think the biggest thing is when we make changes, right? And what I mean by that is I put a lineup in on Tuesday. Well, then Wednesday I look and Thursday I look and I'm changing, and I confuse myself, right? I confuse myself. And I don't want to do that. So I find doing it by Saturday just makes it much more clear for me. It's much more clear for me. And I can go in and I'm locked and focused. Locked and focused. All right, so let's talk about tonight's game, the Thursday night game. First of all, the Cleveland Browns. Cody Kessler, I believe, gets the first half, at the very least. He may get more than that, but I believe the first half. If they're down like 20-0 at halftime, it wouldn't shock me to see Josh McCown get in there. But a couple things. One, Browns don't care if they win. If they get the number one pick in the draft, great. I mean, I think Hugh Jackson wants to win a game, but I think he wants a number one pick because that's always better because then you can make some trades and you can do some things in the draft. Two, Kessler doesn't use Duke Johnson and Gary Barnidge well enough. And he's going to throw deep. I think tonight you're going to see more Corey Coleman. You're going to see Terrell Pryor. I like Crowell a little bit, maybe in a standard league. I think he could get a touchdown, especially if Coleman can get stopped at the 2-yard line. I think Crowell can score. But the Ravens have been pretty good. The Ravens have been pretty good against the run. So I don't think this is a huge week for Crowell or Duke. But I do like Pryor, and I do like Coleman. And I think you're going to see Cody Kessler, if he plays all 4 quarters, get a lot of garbage time at the end. A lot of garbage time at the end. For Baltimore, I mean, look, Joe Flacco has been nothing short of mediocre this entire year. He's absolutely and unequivocally been mediocre this year. But I think this week he goes for about 260 yards and 2 touchdowns. Everybody gets 2 touchdowns against the Browns. Why not Joe Flacco? Secondly, I believe that Dennis Pitta has a good night. Last week, I missed it, and I had it on my DFS plays on scoutfantasy.com. I listed for you guys, Jason Witten was a good play, but I didn't play him. It was my mistake. It's a big mistake, and I regret it. But Dennis Pitta is a very good play this week, and I like him. Okay? So I think Pitta will go 6 for 60 and a touchdown. I like Terrence West for the narrative play. Big narrative play for Terrence West. He used to play for the Browns. Browns got rid of him. Now he's with the Ravens. Kenneth Dixon is coming up quickly. I think that West is going to want to put a stamp on this. This looks like this could be a big week for him. I don't love Steve Smith this week. I like Mike Wallace a little bit more. I think Joe Hayden is very grabby, very, very Jersey grabby there. A lot of holding and grabbing going on there. So it's tough to really beat Joe Hayden, except for the fact that Joe Hayden takes plays off. And if he takes plays off, then Steve Smith could have one. So I would think Pitta scores. I think West scores. Maybe Wallace or Smith scores. Because I said Joe Flacco was going to get 2 touchdowns. And that's what I'm thinking. All right? So, also, I just want to go back here. I see something where it says Jonathan Stewart didn't practice. But he's not dealing with an injury. So, a lot of guys, it's Friday practice I care more about than Thursday practice. I like a guy to practice on Thursday, but I don't need him to. I need him to practice on Friday. Friday's the big day, and that's what I need. Okay? So, right now, if you go to scoutfantasy.com, what are you going to see? You're going to see our IDP Insider from Mark Morales, right? You're going to see our member forums. You're going to see our DraftKings Secret Stars. You're going to see things that are going to help you. And if I go into my forums and I go into the premium forum, I'm going to see the positional cheat sheets. You know I love those. I'm going to see the scout scores, right? This is what we can do for you. Now is the time to be a member. Now is the time, right? Now is the time. You're also going to see DFS scout scores for the NBA. We're going to try to help you win in any league that you do, okay? So this is the time to be a member. Right now, be a member of the Scout Army and start winning. That's what we want. We want you to be successful in fantasy sports, whether it's NFL for sure, NBA, NHL with Cappy and Kick. I mean, we want your success. All right, time now to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. So just so you know, of course, tomorrow on Friday, we'll touch a little DFS and we'll break down each game. I think that's one where you just got to be sitting there with a pen and pencil, writing it down, saying, Dr. Roto said this, right? I'm going to give you those plays. Right? I'm going to give you those plays that you're going to need to have. Okay? We're going to break down the games. And of course, our upcoming radio schedule, Friday night, 10 to 12 p.m. Eastern. Saturday morning, by the way, Friday night, me and Adam Ronis. Saturday morning, Adam Ronis and Jason Braddock and I from 7 to 10 a.m. Eastern. And then Sunday, we recap everything from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern. Okay? Very critical time. Pay close attention to the practice reports. We'll be discussing them tomorrow. We'll be reviewing tonight's game. Hopefully it helps you. Hopefully nobody hurts you. Remember, Coleman, Pryor for maybe Crowell for the Browns. West, Smith, Wallace, Pitta, Flacco. Those are the guys I'm interested in. Any other guys? I'm not interested in them. All right. Time now to put away the insurance cards. Put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. Remember, good luck. Be a member of the Scout Army. We're back tomorrow. We'll cover the games, and we'll do it. Be well, and take care.
Thanks for listening to the Scout Fantasy Show. There's never been a better time to join the Scout Army. Visit scoutfantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO for 2 months free. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time. Go Scouts!